Hey everyone, my name is Coach Danya and I'm your financial literacy coach. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about credit cards. What are they? How do they work? What are the benefits? And just some tips and tricks for credit cards. If you like what you're seeing, like and subscribe below, drop a comment. If you'd like some one-on-one coaching, see the link in the email down below. Let's get started. So credit cards, what are they? In short, they're a short-term loan from a financial institution. And that's whatever financial institution you'd like. Your local bank, credit union, or the bigger ones. Discover, Chase, Citi. So that's all it is. It's just a short-term loan. How do they work? You apply online or in the bank, and you either get approved on the spot based on your income, based on your credit score, and then they approve you on the spot, or they take a little bit of extra time to run some background. You get a fixed limit, $1,000, $10,000, X amount, and from this fixed limit, you get to use it like cash on a card or like a debit card. But at the end of the month, you'll get a statement and you need to pay that statement back. If you don't pay that statement back by the due date of the statement, so effectively you kind of have a month and a half to 2 months to pay off whatever purchase you make. And if you don't, then you get hit with about 25 to 35% interest on that remaining balance. So that's usually the terms of a credit card. You borrow now and you pay when the statement is due. And that's effectively how credit cards work. It's just a revolving line of credit. You take money out, you pay it back, you take money out, you pay it back. And why is this helpful? Well, if say you need to buy groceries today, Tuesday, and you get paid Friday. If you don't have cash to pay for the groceries today, what you do is you use your credit card, buy the groceries, and then effectively when you get paid on Friday, you take the funds and you pay off your credit card that you borrowed earlier in the week. So some benefits or some tips for having credit cards is don't use over 10% of your credit limit. For example, if your credit limit that they set is $10,000, try not to go over $1,000, or at least if you say have a $3,000 purchase, if you make that, pay off the majority of that balance before your statement comes due. This way your utilization, and your utilization is how much you use monthly out of your total balance, is less than 10% of the total. In addition, it's a good rule of thumb to either pay your statement off during the month or as soon as the statement comes due. This way you clear the balance and you don't carry a running total, and so your debt doesn't build up and you don't get charged any interest because you're paying the total off. It's another good rule of thumb to not use your credit card unless you can pay for things in cash. And that would beg the question, why would I use my credit card if I can pay for things in cash? Well, let me communicate the benefits. So the benefits is that you can earn points, and those reward points, so cashback rewards or reward points, and those can be used either to pay off your statement as money to go back into your bank or to book travel, which is one of my favorite ways to use my credit card points, to book travel and effectively travel for free, doing things I'm already doing. I'm already spending the money, so I decide, hey, let me just put it on my credit card, pay my credit card off with cash, and now I get those points back, and now I can book a hotel stay or a flight using those points effectively at a net zero cost to me. You can also get discounts when you go to, so with those reward points, for example, if you go to Panera Bread, they may have 5% back. So if you are already going to Panera to have breakfast or get a coffee and you use your credit card, you get 5 times the points back versus just paying cash and getting no points. But there are some cons to this, and with credit cards, you have to be very careful because it's very easy to spend money when money's at your fingertips. So you may watch yourself spending more money than you usually do with cash, because cash, right? If you have $200, you have $200. That's it. With a credit card, you have a $10,000 limit. So it takes some discipline to effectively use credit cards. And if you don't pay it off at the end of the month, or you go over your budget and you don't have the funds, this can create a really big debt problem for you, which could potentially snowball. In addition, the 25 to 35% interest is pretty steep. It's pretty high interest, so you don't want that to accumulate. So if you can't pay your credit card off at the statement date, or if you don't have the discipline to pay it off weekly or monthly, it's probably best to stay away from them, because the cons do outweigh the benefits in this case. So you can get really far into debt with credit cards and not even notice it until it's too late. Also, some credit cards have a yearly fee, $100 or $500, and that might be steep as well. These credit cards, the benefits for travel and rewards points, those are what make this worth it. But if you're just using it for regular day-to-day purchase, it might not be worth it to get these higher fee credit cards. And keep that in mind as you look for a credit card. So some tips. And my last tip, so we already went over only utilizing 10% of your credit limit, $10,000 credit limit, only utilize $1,000 by statement date, or and another tip, pay off the statement at the end of the month. Another tip is, if you open a credit card, try to keep that credit card open as long as possible. And why do I say that? Is because that will improve your credit score, having long outstanding credit cards. I'm not saying you have to use it. Try to maybe buy one coffee using the credit card a year, or every 6 months, just to keep that credit card active, because this will extend your credit history if you have this credit card open all from 10 years ago, because it was your first credit card. Definitely don't close that. Keep it open, and keep that longevity in your credit history going. So credit cards are a great tool. They can contribute to your credit score, which we'll go over in another video, and they can help it or they can hurt it. Things that help it: paying it off every month, keeping the credit card for a long amount of time, not going over your utilization of 10%. Things that hurt it is not paying off your statement credit, opening a credit card and closing it, opening too many at the same time, or not having a long history there. So you should think about what's best for you and where your discipline lies and what your goals are financially, because they're a great tool, but that's all they are, a tool. It depends on how you use the tool. And so if you'd like some guidance, please feel free to get some one-on-one coaching below. I have some really great success stories when it comes to credit cards that I'd love to share with you. And keep an eye out for that credit card points video, because it's a really fun game to play, but it's a little bit complex. So if you'd like some coaching with regard to that, feel free to reach out. Thank you for watching along and watching my content. If you like what you're seeing, like and subscribe below, and reach out to us with any questions. Have a great day ahead, and bye-bye.